Cryptocurrency has been all the hype over the past few years and it doesn't seem to be dying down. And honestly, why would it? With people becoming millionaires overnight, everyone wants in. And the best part is you don't need some fancy degree or experience to take full advantage of the benefits.
What up, what up, what up? Hey, it's me. Yep, Coach Rashid, and I am here. I want to address my audience today with something a little different. There's been times that we had an opportunity to talk about various programs, and a lot of times people want to know, okay, hey, Rashid, what's your take on this? What's your take on that? And there has been so many changes, rapidly in the last few months. And so you may not know kind of how I operate. You may see me really focused on, the cryptocurrency, some of the coins or tokens. And then you may see some videos where I talk about trading platforms. And you may see some videos that talk really about DeFi and really get into the blockchain type space. At the end of the day, this is all about blockchain speaks. Some time ago, I actually started a kind of a blog or a broadcast that was all about blockchain. And I would talk about different, blockchains, talk about the different activities going on around the Ethereums and, the Trons and just really a lot of the crypto updates. And I did that for a while. And then I pretty much fell back into some of these platforms that took a lot of my time. And so with that being the case, I finally said, you know what, let me come back and give you kind of a state of the union on where I'm at, because there's some good things happening. And I just want to really give you that kind of lay of the land, what I got going on. And so if some of you out there are involved in some of the things that I'm doing, if I have some of the people that have been in my community for a while and that are, rolling with me, I appreciate you. I thank you. I'm very grateful for you. I wish that more people would have kind of stayed the course because then you would have been able to weather the storm and see that we're back on really a good side of the picture that I'm going to show you today. All right, so without really talking too much about, some of the issues or, even referring to some of the comments and different, videos that I get. I got an email today. Somebody was asking about, documentation for, this platform or that platform. And I mean, you just get that. It's just all day long. And I said, you know what, there's so many questions about, really the different platforms. And I see people actually promoting platforms and using information that may not even be correct. And so I really want to address a lot of those things in this video. So the first thing I want to do is just show you really what's in my portfolio. So you'll know when you hear me talking about platforms, when you hear me talking about programs or projects, then you'll know where I'm coming from. All right, so boom. Let's go ahead and let's kick this off. And I want to do something interesting. I'm going to kick it off with a commercial. Well, that's what I call it anyway. Would you like a commercial right up front? All right, well, let's do this like a commercial, right? And then we'll jump right into the actual presentation from the get-go. All right, let's go. It's cool. That's pretty cool. All right. So what do y'all think about that? You like that? Yeah, I thought it was all right. All right. So with that being said, we got something else that we want to dive right into. All right. I like that. So then wasn't that like a good intro? Right. Anyway, Move Moon is one I'm going to talk about as we go. I don't know a lot about it, so I might have to go to the website and jump right in and just kind of see what's going on with that one. But like I said, I don't have a lot of information on it, but I know that it's pretty cool. I know that it's growing amazingly well, and it's doing some major things in this space. All right, if you can see my video clearly, then I want to go ahead and jump right in. And like I said, we're going to go through these slides, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm doing in this space so that you would understand when I talk about blockchain speaks. This is, like I said, a broadcast that I did some time ago. And now this is kind of the introduction back into my series of blockchain speaks. So I'm going to give you some highlights, some days, articles, maybe some headlines, not really diving into it because I don't want to make this too long. I actually have a presentation happening in about 45 minutes. So I want to go ahead and complete the task of the day. And we're going to do a little blockchain speaks. And we're going to kick this off as maybe the first in its series, because I'm going to go through some of the headlines, talk a little bit about some of the things going on in the blockchain space. Maybe they are of interest to you, maybe not. But I think most of these are things that people want to know. All right, so let's go ahead and let's check it out. Let's see. Well, there we go. All right. Well, anyway, as you know, Coach Rashid, I'm actually a certified strategic intervention coach, crypto consultant, and a personal finance enthusiast. But one of the things that captures really what I do, I'm a passive income champion. You know that I'm all about finding great crypto alternative online investments so that you can win with the passive income in the crypto space. Today, we're going to be discussing maybe some recent headlines that focus on crypto and blockchain. And we're going to, kind of see what that's all about. If you're curious about crypto curious, then this will be for you. I am founder of Team Achieve, which is pretty much a passive income club, and published author, as well as certified personal development coach. I own two companies, one called L3 Coaching and Consulting. The other one is Next Era Learning, LLC. You can find more information right there and right there. So check it out. If you want to take a look at either one of those websites, feel free to do so. And let's get it on. So the first thing, I remember seeing this the other day, and there was a lot of talk about Coinbase laying off 1,100 employees. So what do you think? Like, give me some feedback on that. I mean, they grew very quickly. Yes, there was a lot of hype when they just launched their, they went public, and launched the business on a public side, got the stock market involved. And, here's the anti, establishment or institution type, money train. And the one of the biggest exchanges out there in the US anyway is partner with the institutions. What do you think about that? Right. And as you know, their actual stock price, came out and it took off just like any other one, right? A lot of hype, a lot of excitement. They really allowed the, what did they call it? They didn't go through the traditional way. They did it with a, I can't think of the name of what they call them now. Oh man, I can't, it's right on. I hear it in my head, but I can't get the words out. But anyway, they use an alternative way to get the hype out there, go ahead and launch that stock, and people got excited about it. I watched it, and I, saw the crash coming. And now a lot of people are not as happy as they were when it first started, because there was a time that it did take off, and there was a time that you needed to get on out of there. And some people thought that it would go down and come back up. Well, unfortunately, it went down and kept going down, and for good reason. So anyway, what do you think about that? Why is he laying off 1,100 employees? Why did you hire too many people? Why would you hire so many that you have to lay off 1,100? Now, it's very weird, isn't it? Anyway, get your thoughts on that. Coinbase is downsizing. The stock is down as well. And so it says here that Coinbase is laying off 18% of their workforce. So you're telling me 1,100 people is 18%. My gosh, they got a lot of people. Basically said they grew too quick. Their actual stock is down. What do you think? Like I said, give me some feedback on that. I've already kind of given my commentary. That's kind of what I think. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Oh, wow. Look at that. some people, this is controversial, right? I'm all about blockchain. I'm all about Bitcoin and people doing, what they think is the right thing. So is Bitcoin City on hold in El Salvador? Is it on hold? You know, El Salvador loses half its investment in Bitcoin as crypto plunges. Now, I think most cities or mayors or governors or um, presidents, wherever you want to call them, understood the volatility of Bitcoin, and if they saw some losses, then they understood there's a way to have some gains or kind of there's got to be a bottom to what they were willing to lose in order to move into or be ahead of the curve when it comes to cryptocurrency adoption. So I'm sure that they understood that, and they had advisors to make sure that they knew there's a certain point that you may not have, a balance, and you're going to have to figure out what to do. And so I don't know what that is, but if I was in charge of a city, I think I would, figure that piece out before I opted to bring my salary in fully into Bitcoin land. But this one is about, is Bitcoin City on hold in El Salvador? Is there challenges with Bitcoin in Miami, for instance? Because, the mayor in Miami, hey, takes his salary in Bitcoin. There's a lot of football players, and there's some, soccer players and basketball players taking their salaries in Bitcoin. What do you think? You think that's a smart move? Do you think they're, challenged right now? Do you think they had some type of alternative plan? What do you think? It's interesting stuff. Now, this is one of my favorite guys when it comes to crypto. Mike Novogratz. Mike Novogratz is the CEO of Galaxy Digital Holdings, and he has always been a big supporter of Bitcoin and the future of money. And one of the first companies out there that really helped the institutions to understand the value of cryptocurrency and where it was going and how to bring it mainstream. So he says that cryptocurrencies are closer to a bottom than the U.S. equity market. Now, what does he mean by that? Are they closer to the bottom than stocks and those type of assets? Interesting, isn't it? Now, what does that mean for the future of crypto in the institutions versus just on the fringe? What does that really do for us? Does it help the crypto enthusiasts, or does it put fear into most people that want to participate? What do you think? Right? I'm all about trading. I'm all about alternative, investments. I'm all about ways to get around the volatility, because you have to figure that piece out before, because if you don't, you will run into some problems. I was listening to a show the other day, and I think it was like a 60 minutes, they were interviewing people that were very pro Bitcoin for some years. And then they had another guy, obviously was very anti crypto. And he asked them the question like, hey, how much did you lose? One guy literally was a billionaire on paper, but he doesn't take his money out, but he does use it to live off of, and because he pretty much made a lot of money over time through Bitcoin. And so he used a lot of that to, do his living and his lifestyle. And it's really awesome. He got a $1 million house and all that kind of stuff. But he said he lost about 600,000, Australian dollars in this particular down market. And so, then the guy asked him again. He was like, okay, so how do you feel about that? And he says, it's happened before, it'll happen again, and it goes down and comes back up. It's like we in this space, we understand this space. And just because some news reporter, loses a few dollars because crypto is dumped, that doesn't mean all of it's, nobody has all their money in one. We all understand diversification. So you don't have all Bitcoin or all Ethereum or all Cardano or whatever. You have it in different ones. So some of them will dip harder than the other, and you just move it around. Anyway, that was interesting because he was almost like he was trying to make it sound like, let me find people that feel bad because they lost 600,000. And he really couldn't. He just found people that understood the market and said, hey, it's not fun. Nobody wants to lose that much, but we know that it'll bounce back, and we'll be back, in the driver's seat. So it's very interesting to listen to some of those talks. So anyway, what do you think? What do you think, guys? You think that the market has hit the bottom, or you think there's more to go? All right. This was interesting. What's the truth about digital currencies? So here's a documentary of sorts, I guess, about the uncensored truth about digital currencies. So that might be something to watch. So, for people that may not know anything about it, I haven't watched this one. I would hope that it's good information. I hope that they did a kind of a good review and give you some idea of what it's about. All right. So we'll, maybe I'll take a look at that. If you've seen it, tell me about it. Digital Currency Summit. We all know that there is no shortage of digital currency summits, blockchain, conventions. Every week, everywhere, there's one somewhere. So you can always catch a great digital currency summit somewhere. Somewhere is talking about cryptocurrency every single day. So I would recommend, hey, if you see one out there near you, check it out, get more information, right? Straight from the people that at least are doing something in this space. All right. Except not necessarily the news reporters that are not. So yeah, it's just kind of cool. And then if you want to know how to handle a crypto crash, then go on over to an article produced by Zenith Technologies right out of Dubai, and they will give you the goods on how you handle a crypto crash. So it's all relevant. All right. So for me personally, this is what my diversity looks like: personal and passive income opportunities, personal development, and crypto industry and technology investment. So I have a kind of a distributed strategy there, and that gives me strength when it comes to investing, right? So that's where I stay on top. Team Achieve is a crypto club, passive income club called Multiple Streams Team. And hey, if you have joined me in any of my programs, then you've heard of Team Achieve, and really that we do support you. We make sure you have the right information. We provide up-to-date information, continuous information about cryptocurrency, top platforms, top program, and top projects. We are here to do one thing: reduce risk and increase your profits in this crypto space. That's what we do, and that's what Team Achieve is all about. All right. You can find out more at knowofme.net.
I've been working in aviation, and 2020 has changed my life and this industry dramatically. I love my job, but the last 20 months were tough. I recognized that I had to completely reposition myself for the future. I needed more financial freedom. It was also the time when I started getting into cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, because my current employer is already using blockchain technology, so there is no doubt this is the future. In May 2021, I became aware of Zenic and Saphir, and that project just blew my mind. Zenic has a super fast blockchain, is launching their own decentralized crypto exchange, and has an outstanding hardware wallet that enables daily minting of Zenic coins directly in your wallet. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I've never seen anything like this. Another game changer is Saphir Global, the sales partner of Zenic Technologies. They offer an extraordinary referral marketing plan with extraordinary commissions and allow you to start without having invested anything first. Of course, I used this big chance directly. A real highlight for me was the Saphir Global Summit in Dubai, because I was finally able to get to know the people behind the two companies, and more exciting projects were presented, especially Avanade, because I know from my perspective that the entire aviation industry is changing. More and more large airlines are disappearing, and at the same time, the private jet industry is growing faster than ever before. The possibility of staking Avanade tokens and generating a 4-digit monthly passive income brings me a big step closer to my goal. Nobody knows what the future holds for all of us, but what I do know is with Saphir and Zenic, we are all prepared for the future, because it has never been easier to achieve financial freedom than now.